Dick thinks you should be proud of all the potions you've brewed.
I'd like to ask you about changing the room's ambience.
Of course. What sort of overall look most appeals to you?
I'd like the room to be warm and comfortable, as if I'm floating inside a mug of butterbeer.
Oh, sounds perfect.
Revelio.
Heard you're defending Hogsmeade against trolls. You know, there is such a thing as trying to...
That light is behind me, I promise. I'm sorry, I'm sorry.
Think they're open? He's getting the best one ever! Can't catch thieves! Woohoo!
Revelio.
Hey, it's me, Gareth. Do you have a moment?
Hello again, Mr. Moon.
Oh, I was hoping to see you again. First, please allow me to apologise if I... Although I hear your visit to Hogsmeade was even more...
I suppose you could call it eventful. I certainly wasn't expecting a troll attack.
Oh, of course not. And from what I understand, the village was lucky you were there. In fact, my recent visit to Hogsmeade is the reason I was hoping to bump into you. I could use your help with something. Do you see that curious statue over there? Watch what happens when that light changes from day to night. Now, if you wouldn't mind humouring me for a moment, see if you can remove the moon from the statue. Go on, take the moon. Oh, odd little contraptions, aren't they? It seems the statue vanishes once the moon is removed. Which, incidentally, can only be done at night. Why don't you hold on to that one for now, and I'll explain more as we walk. Ever since that fateful day in the village, those curious statues have begun appearing about the castle. A fair number have been strewn around Hogsmeade. Someone, it seems, is trying to torment me. You see, that day in Hogsmeade, I turned a corner and came face to face with a boggart, or shapeshifter, if you will, which takes the form of whatever scares you most. This one took the form of a demiguise.
A demiguise?
Yes! Terrifying creature that can see the future. Wholly unnerving. I encountered one when I was a lad in Korea. Terrible experience. Those statues are demiguises. The moons, I assume, are an uninspired play on my name. Some jackanapes used a boggart to learn my greatest fear and use it against me. I have my suspicion as to the scoundrel or scoundrels responsible. It is my hope that they will slip up and reveal themselves as the statues disappear. That is why I need your help in removing the statues.
Why me?
A couple of reasons, frankly. First, your daring do against those trolls in Hogsmeade has gained you a reputation for fearlessness. Second, as macabre and hideous as you, however, have seen how they affect me. In fact, perhaps you could start simply by
I'd be glad to help you, Mr. Moon.
Oh, I knew I could count on... first, you know how to cast a disillusionment charm. Next, you'll notice that the door is...
But what about curfew?
Curfew? Oh, tosh! And I took advantage of it. Now, you'll find one...
Alohomora.
Well done! You're in! Remember, use a disillusionment charm so no one claps eyes on you. This is a restricted area of the castle after all.
How are your students getting along this year?
Rather poorly, I'd say.
Is that so?
We're raising a generation of coddled cape flappers that can scarcely tell the difference between us.
This must be the prefect's bathroom.
They're saying that Ranrock's loyalists are preparing for a rebellion. Brutes, always mucking about, stirring up trouble. Perhaps Ranrock and Hooker wouldn't be so combative if the Ministry would allow them to have wands. One of those goblins comes near me, I'll hand him his hat. Or helm, I suppose. Anyway, I'm not afraid of a goblin rebellion. My marching Professor Hector's class is superb. I don't think that's what this class is for. He's right. Why don't you...
venomous tentacula?
Not at the moment, no. Plenty of other perils and pitfalls to send them my way, though. Well,
Terribly disappointed about Quidditch being cancelled.
I had planned to bet a few galleons on Hufflepuff this season.
Hufflepuff? Raven.
And Ravenclaw would not have been that. Not this year, anyway. I'm partial to Hufflepuff.
Hello, Mr. Moon.
Oh, goodness! You're as fearless as I'd hoped. An excellent start. If we can collect more, it may shed some light on who's behind all this. Of course, I first suspected Peeves. He drove the previous caretaker, Rancorous Carp, to an early retirement with his intolerable buffoonery. But that does not explain the boggart in Hogsmeade, does it? No. I am determined, with your help, to discover the identity of my tormentor.
It's definitely intriguing. I'd like to help you solve this mystery.
You, my friend, are a gentle person and a scholar, and I have something to offer in exchange for your assistance. Now, remember, the moons are only retrievable at night. Thus, I encourage you to use a disillusionment when necessary.
Understood. I shall keep an eye out.
I appreciate that. Oh, and I knew you were the one to ask for help. Keep at it so we can solve this mystery.
Hello, friend. I wonder if you might stop by the Three Broomsticks when you can. I would like your help with something.
As I mentioned, my sister Anne misses Hogwarts, and she hasn't been herself lately. I'd like to take you up on your promise to visit her with me. I'm heading to Feldcroft soon, so I'll look forward to seeing you there. It's just south of Hogwarts. By the way, hope you're faring well with the blasting curse. It's still one of my favorites.
Now that you've attended Beasts class, I've asked Deke to assist you in using the room to further your studies in that regard. Please meet him there when you can.
I've not heard from my Uncle Roland in quite some time. I've been beside myself with worry. Could you meet me in the courtyard?
Revelio.
Only following orders. Leave your accusations in someone else's direction if you don't mind. One less human to worry about. Ah! Why can't I hit you?
Yes.
That was pitiful. You're so very...
Incendio. Leviosa.
You won't get him.
Leviosa.
Are you quite finished? I'm an unfortunate disappointment. But this is...
Too late for you to learn the error of your ways. Revelio. This place has seen better days. Revelio. Revelio. Levioso. Closer. Yes. Revelio.
Your life ends here. Shame. You should never have come here.
You'll enjoy your time in Irondale.
Enjoy suffering, do you?
Revelio. Now we should be able to travel to and from Feldcroft in an instant. If you see dear Anne Sallow, please do give her my best.
You made it.
Enjoying the view?
Keeping an eye on things. Feldcroft isn't what it used to be. No one has felt safe here since Ranrock's loyalists took a peculiar interest in that castle over there. Rookwood Castle. My uncle Solomon is a former Auror and refuses to look into it, even after Anne was cursed by one of them, possibly with a wand.
I heard a goblin refer to wizard kind as wand carriers.
Precisely. That's why I'm on the hunt for answers. If I'm to... Anne was always the most mischievous of the three of us. I'm hoping a surprise visit from me and a new friend from Hogwarts will help lift her spirits. Bring back the Anne I used... Come on. I'll take you to my uncle's. This way. Feldcroft used to be a lot livelier. With Ranrock's lot wandering about all the time, everyone stays out of sight.
Revelio.
Here we are. My sister should be just inside.
Aha!
Sebastian, where did you... Is that what I think it is?
We've been over this, boy.
Hey.
Shrivelfigs cannot reverse a curse. Nothing can. The sooner you accept that reality, the better.
But we haven't tried everything.
There is no cure! When will you accept that?
Never. I can never accept it.
Now look what you've done.
I'm sorry.
Leave.
I'm sorry you had to see that. If you don't mind, I just need a moment alone.
Poor Sebastian. Not the visit he'd hoped for.
That boy will fray my last nerve.
I'm sorry about earlier. Those bouts of pain are difficult to bear.
Are you all right, Anne? I didn't mean to intrude.
You didn't, truly. And I'm all right. The pain from this curse comes in bouts, and often suddenly. It's not anyone's fault. It's nice to meet you, by the way. You must be the new 5th year Sebastian told me about.
I am. Sebastian and I met my first day at Hogwarts, in the Slytherin common room.
Oh, the common room. I do miss Hogwarts, but I wouldn't mind being in Feldcroft, between the goblins at the castle and my uncle fighting with Sebastian whenever he's home.
Sebastian mentioned something about your uncle being an ex-Auror. I must say, I wasn't prepared for him to be as angry.
Uncle Solomon is frustrated. They both mean well, I know. Sebastian cannot take away my pain.
I'm afraid it's really up to Sebastian.
I can only hope he realizes the future. I'm getting tired. I should probably rest. I wish you well.
Excuse me, Mr. Sallow.
Oh, yes, Sebastian's friend. I apologize on behalf of my nephew. He doesn't know when to stop. I was about to check on Anne. Did I see you come from the house? How is she?
She's all right. She said she was going to rest.
Nothing.
It could be that you've not yet discovered the cure.
Ah!
Perhaps the healers don't know everything, sir.
Your faith in Sebastian is misplaced. Some sort of giving her hope is cruel. The only thing to do now is keep...
With all due respect, sir, hope could keep Anne's spirits up.
You may mean well, but I know what's best for Anne and Sebastian. They are my stubborn brother's children. If you really want to be of help, you'll make sure Sebastian does what he should do, not what he wants to do. He's no idea. I hope you remember what I've said. Good day.
I ought to see how Sebastian's faring.
Revelio.
Why will he not listen to me? She's my sister.
How are you doing, Sebastian?
You got a first-hand glance at what I'm dealing with. I apologize.
I'll admit I wasn't expecting it.
He's always angry. He's been angry since my parents died. I'm the one trying to help her. He's simply given up. I refuse to believe that. And I miss my sister. And I'm going to get her back. Ranrock's loyalists are capable of so much more than people realize. They should not be underestimated. All the debris you'll see is from whatever's going on at that abandoned estate. They've been digging for something. Up there, on that plateau, is where they cursed Anne. This way.
How much longer are we expected to dig through this rubble? Ranrock knows what he's doing. It's an honor to be a part of it. Does Hogwarts teach you nothing about dueling?
Magic is this?
You've made your last mistake. How nice of you. You will regret it.
I confess, that was a bit more than I'd bargained for. I tried to warn you.
Those loyalists deserved what they got.
Couldn't agree more. This is where it happened. We smelled smoke in the middle of the night. When we looked outside, flames were shooting from... Before my uncle and I could stop her, Anne rushed out, racing towards the fire, worried someone had been hurt. Suddenly, an ice... They didn't even give her a chance.
Seems an awfully violent...
My thoughts exactly. It may be grasping at billywigs, but I keep... Might be the only way to learn what type of magic...
Perhaps you're right. The loyalists are everywhere, but they do seem to...
And at Rookwood Castle. Shall we have a look around? They seem to have set up camp here for a specific reason. They have stations for everything.
Revelio. Always armed and ready for a fight, Ranrock's loyalists. Whose home was this?
Been abandoned long since I've lived here. Rumour was, a
Revelio.
Hogwarts professor lived here once, centuries ago. But that's all I ever heard. I've heard that goblin dig sites like these are popping up everywhere.
It's a wonder the Ministry isn't doing more.
It might be worth taking a closer look at the house itself.
Revelio. This well looks familiar. Sebastian, I've seen this before. The house, the well, the view.
What do you mean? When?
Give me a moment. I'll explain in a second. Revelio. Sebastian, over here. Do you think this was damaged by the fire the night that Anne was cursed?
Could be. But it looks to me as though this was intentional.
Sebastian, this house did belong to a Hogwarts professor hundreds of years ago.
Who? What do you...
I found the keepers have shown me other memories as well. The girl became a Hogwarts professor.
The keepers? Like in Quidditch? And you...
I realize it's a lot to take in. I'm not even sure I understand it. They call themselves keepers because they're
Let me see if I've got this straight. You have Ranrock and Rookwood after you because of something... You can see traces of an ancient magic that you think Ranrock is trying to harness. And now you've been... Oh, and this house belonged to a Hogwarts professor who was one of these non-Quidditch keepers. If I didn't know you, I think...
It is all a bit much, isn't it, when you put it like that? You for answers about what happened to Anne, and me for answers about the keepers.
Look at this.
Someone piled this here for a reason. Is it blocking something?
Only one way to find out.
Revelio.
Huh, a stairwell.
Lumos.
Why bother blocking a stairwell?
There might be something here worth a closer look.
They've left all of this simply strewn about. Tells me they're after something bigger.
Incendio! Revelio. Lumos. Seems these journal entries are from Isadora's travels. Revelio. A journal entry of Isadora's. I should hold on to this. Incendio! Lumos. You're not going to believe this. I can see the Undercroft.
What? A daydream? Because that happens to me too.
I know it sounds strange,
Honestly.
but fair enough. I can see the Undercroft through this stone wall.
I'm listening.
I think it's...
But you said you didn't really understand it.
That's true. And what I do know is that my ability allows...
Wait. We can get straight...
We can, but perhaps best not to tell anyone.
Understood. Well then, invisible... I'm tempted to hold my breath. Why would the door lead us here?
Sebastian, look. Why hide a triptych here?
Seems as if something's missing.
A note. Let's have a look.
Anything helpful in the note?
A rune symbol. I've seen similar symbols used by the keepers.
I've been thinking. A keeper lived in that house. You said that goblins may be wielding some form of this ancient magic. Do you think Anne was cursed by ancient magic?
I can't be sure, of course, but I don't think so. I didn't see any traces of it around your sister. True. Perhaps this triptych will lead us to answers.
Then we'll have to unravel what this all means. Did I mention that, apparently, Salazar Slytherin had a secret scriptorium here in Hogwarts?
You did not. Is it connected to our common room?
No, I had no idea our visit to see Anne would unfold into all of this. My head... I'll be in touch. Till then.
Perhaps a hybrid. Bouncing.
I finished the activities you assigned me, Professor.
Wonderful! I hope you gained a greater appreciation for the flora in our lives. Just yesterday, I spent hours. Well, if there's one thing I love to see more than my... Now, ready to learn Flipendo? You will want to focus with this spell. Nothing as mortifying as knocking back a colleague when all you wanted to do was move a few pots. Wonderfully done! If you'd like to practice a bit more, you're welcome to do so here in the greenhouse. Just mind the plant.
Have you finished your assignments?
I finished the tasks.
Well, well. I try.
Yes, sir, of course.
Good. Talent and resolve are a potent combination.
Thank you, Professor.
Now, let's see how you fare with Focus. Diffindo can be dangerous if you're not paying attention. Very good. It seems you have a grasp on Diffindo. I would... It's a pleasure to have a student who actually heeds instruction.
Revelio.
Ironically, I didn't see ahead of time how bored I'd be in divination class.
So nice, so knowledgeable.
Revelio.
What do we have here?
I hope those assignments were challenging enough for you.
I've completed all of my tasks, Professor.
Very well done. Now, as you have no doubt sharp based upon the knowledge that one's...
There will be hardship, I'm sure of it.
A measured perception. But this talk of tomorrow should not divert us from your present success. I shall inform our good deputy headmistress, and if that performance is... channel your magic towards your targets. You have it! Now, why not practice the new spell on the training dummy? Right. I think you have it.
Deke?
Ah, Deke is so happy to see you. Deke noticed this bag in the room the other day. You must need it to help with your schoolwork. Deke has seen one of these before. Deke calls it a knapsack. Perfect for gathering and transporting beasts. Pleasant little breeze.
I have been thinking about something Professor Howin said in Beasts class. She also mentioned that poachers have been active in...
Precisely what Deke... You see, the room knew. Come along, then. Our first stop will be beyond the castle grounds. We can leave now, or you can come and find Deke when you're ready to go.